everybody. This is Diane with Crafting with Fury. Happy Saturday. I hope each and every one of you are safe and healthy no matter where you are. I am coming to you as promised with the tutorial of the exploding box that I created for my sweet Becky Long here on YouTube. Hey girl. And okay, let me start here. When I first started in paper crafting, all I loved to do many moons ago was create mini albums, which I made her one, and some of you said that you would like a tutorial, and I will be working on that for you all. I would make albums, and I would make exploding boxes, and these, you're going to be shocked how easy this is to make. And there again, you get to look at my ugly mat, but hey, this is my crafting mat. So let me show you what we're going to make today. This box, let me get my ruler. Oh, it's going to be like a 4x4. So it's going to be a 4x4 box album. And what you do is you take the lid off, ta-da! And you have all of these layers. And you can put a gift here. You can use these as like a photo album. You could put mats here and put pictures in there. So it's a very versatile gift. And I mean, you can just do it however you want. And it's fun. Because I think the interactive part of it is what's so fun. Because you could even, I would love to figure out how to put something in there that would kind of pop up when you open the box and it goes, it might scare somebody to death. Put a disclaimer on it that says, stand back when opening. So let's get to making this. Now, what you'll need is 4 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock. And the heavier the cardstock, the sturdier your box is going to be. And then when you put paper on both sides, it's going to make it even more sturdy. So this is the paper that I like to use. It is Cardstock Warehouse Paper Company, and it's black licorice, and you can use any color. And this is the 100 pound. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I get this from Amazon. I think. So let me go through how you do this. And like I said, you are going to be so shocked how easy it is. So you're going to need 4 12 by 12 sheets of cardstock. You're going to need scissors. And what I like to do is I like to round the edges because it just seems to look neater and it fits easier in the lid. So if you want to do that, I always use my We Are Memory Keepers corner punch. You're going to need a paper cutter and a scoreboard. So let me think. Oh, and some glue. Or you could do some double-sided tape to put it together, but glue on this is easier so you could reposition it. All right, so let's get started, and we are going to make it from beginning to end. All right, so on your first sheet, and we're going to cut all the pieces out first because when you do this, it's easier. Oh, and you will need a bone folder. All right, so on the 12 by 12, this is going to be your largest layer. And what you're going to do is you are going to score. And since this scoreboard is not as easy as the Martha Stewart scoreboard, I'm going to do it this way. You're going to score 4 inches on all sides. So we're going to do 4. We're going to do 4. We're going to do 4. And do it all the way down the page. You're going to do 4. So what your paper is going to look like is this. You're going to have score marks all the way down, and just basically you're making 9 squares. So lay this aside. That's your first layer. Now, your second layer, you need to cut it 10.5 by 10.5. So let's cut this 10.5. Always keep your scraps, guys, because you can use this for hinges. Don't ever throw away your good cardstock scraps because they're hard to come by. And then 10.5. Let me get there. All right. Okay. Now, on the scoring on this one, we are going to score at 3.5 on each side. So 3.5. Three and a half. And I kind of like doing it this way because you know that it's so even on each side. 3.5, and that wasn't a very good score line. So let's try that again. 3.5. Oh, I did it at 3 and not 3.5. All right. So here we go. We are not going to throw this away, but we are going to get another sheet. Daggone it. We are flying without a net, guys. We do not edit, and that is the way it goes. You make mistakes, and you just go on. I hate wasting paper, but I can use that for something else. Okay, let's rewind. Let's go back. Second layer. Cut it at 10.5 by 10.5. So 10.5 by... Such a ding dong sometimes. 10.5. All right. Now we're going to score 3.5. Say it with me. Got glue on me. 3.5. So 3.5. Rotate. 3.5. Rotate. 3.5. Rotate. 3.5. So as you can see the score lines, there you go. So there is your second layer. Now on your third layer, what you'll want to do is cut it 9 by 9. So let's cut our paper 9 by 9. So 9 by 9. Okay. And we want to score this at 3 on all sides. So 3. And you can adjust these if you want to make smaller boxes. 3. Just depends on how, you know, the sizes you want your... Get on there. Get on there. 3. Whew, goodness. My hand is not wanting to work today, guys. 3. And I got to be careful when I fold that because I kind of messed that up. But when you match your paper on it, it'll fix it. 3. Okay, that don't look right, does it? I did it at 2. Okay, it's still early in the morning, and you can tell I'm struggling. And I've done that twice. All right. One more time. And then here I told you that you was going to be shocked. It might be shocked if you had somebody that would do it right the first time. All right, we're going to cut the third layer. 9 by 9. But you know what? This is really how it is. I mean, that's just the way crafting is. You do these things. Okay. Score at 3. Score at 3. Score at 3. One more time, say it with me. Score at 3. There. Now you've got your 3-inch squares. Okay, so we've got our 3 layers of our box. Now we need to cut out for your lid. And the lid for this size of box, you need to cut 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. So let's go ahead and cut this at, and it's 6 1/4 normally on your scoreboard. So there's 6 1/4. Let's try not to mess up this time, or let me not mess up this time. 6 1/4. All right, so here's your lid. And what you want to do is you want to score your lid at 1 inch on every side. So let's do 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch. Hey, we got that one right. Woohoo! Go us. Or go me, go us, go us. So there you go. So this is what your lid is going to look like. So now you have your bottom layer, your second layer, your third layer, and then here is your lid. So we've got all of this cut out. So now we're going to cut. And what I'm going to have to do is get your scissors. And let's cut the lid first. And I'm going to try, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. What you're going to do is you are going to cut up to the score line right here on one side. Do not cut over the score line the best you can. Okay? There's that. Then you're going to cut up to your score line right here. And normally it's easy to do these little ones with, see, there's your flap, with little scissors, because if you got big scissors, it's easy to just go up too far. And cut up there. And then you're going to flip it, and you're going to cut up to the score line. Did we get them all? Yeah. So see, these is going to be your flap that you're going to make your lid. So we're going to set this aside. Now, on these layers here, what you're going to do, this is where I get my bigger scissors out because it's easier on my hand. You are going to cut out 4 corners of your paper. And there again, keep these because you could use these in other things because you hate to throw away, because these are pretty good sized pieces. Even you could use them for die cutting. So what you're going to do, you see the score line there. You're going to cut on the score line and cut up to the score line. And then you're going to rotate it and you're going to cut to the score line. And what you're going to do is you're going to do this to all 4 corners on every sheet or every page. So let's cut up to the score line and let's get to, I'm not doing a very good job cutting, but you get the idea. You get the idea. Cut on the score line the best you can, and you can always trim up and make it easier or make it neater. And cut on the corners. So see, this is what you're going to end up with. It's going to look like a plus sign. So there's one layer. And let's go ahead and cut. And there's the score line. Let's see, there we go. That's a little easier on me, and maybe you all too. There's one edge. and cut all the corners. Cut this square out. All right, and we'll cut this one out. And cut this one out. So you just do this on all the pages. And like I said, keep these because you can use them when you're die cutting and stuff. So we've got one more page to cut out. So cut out all 4 corners here. Cut out. Cut out. This is why I like my big scissors, because you don't have to use your hand as much to cut if you've got longer blades on your scissors. And cut. And we've got 2 more corners. I'm sure it's repetitive, but we'll get her done. We'll get her done. And cut that one out. One more. And then the magic begins. I've made tons of these in the day. Just hadn't made any in a while. All right, so what we're left with is, all right, we're left with your bottom piece, your second piece, and your third piece. All right, so now what we need to do, depending on you, how you want to do things. I love to round the corners, and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the 1/2 inch one because I just think it lays better under the lid. So let's go ahead and round all the edges. You could do any decorative edge you want. I like the neat look of the rounding. So let's round, 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 round. A lot of rounding going on here. Get that one a little better. Round. All right. Let's round this. Okay. All right. So now this is what you've got. So we got all of those rounded. Now let's start putting it together and we are done. Okay, so now you want to just basically, you want to fold on the score lines because that's what makes it fall out. All right, so see, there's that layer. Fold on your score lines. And I really don't crease these a whole lot because you want it to kind of flare out. You don't want it to sit flat. You don't want it, and when you just you know, crease it, it'll stay poofy, I guess you would call it. I've never heard of poofy crafting, but it does. All right, so see what happens is when you just do that, it'll kind of pop up there. Now, all right, let's go ahead and glue these together. You want to start with this piece and the second piece here. And just do, you can use any of the glue that you have. And normally, depending, a little bit of this will show. So you might want to, if you might want to paper this before you glue it down, if you don't want just your base paper to show. So if you want pattern paper here and it just show a little bit around the edges, you may want to mat first. So let's go, since I've already got glue on here. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it right in the middle. And this is why I like using wet glue, because it gives you a little bit of time to move it around to make sure. So see, this is what you're going to have. You're just going to stick it right in the middle the best you can. And as you can see right here, there is quite a bit, maybe, what, 1/4 inch right here of black showing underneath this layer. So you may want to mat. And let me tell you real quick what your mat size is going to be. See, it's a 4x4, so I always like to leave about a 1/4 of an inch. So what you want to do is you want to do 3.75, which is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and that will leave you a little border of black on your mat there. This is that. So there's that. And then here is your last layer. And here is that. Okay, so what you want to do is put it in the middle the best you can. I know it's hard for you all to see. Oops. Stick on there. Let's put you in the middle the best we can here. There you go. And see, there is your box. And on the mat, for the second layer, I'm sorry guys, it's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, which is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 if you want to put it there. And what I'll do is I will go through the mats that I would do real quick. So look, there is your explosion box. That easy. Now let's do your lid. Here is the lid. So what you want to do is fold all of your score marks to make it easier. All right. And what you're going to do is you're going to have these 4 flaps here, okay? You just want to fold them in to make your lid. And this is actually how you make like a box too. So see, there's your lid. So here's the corner. Put glue on this, put glue on this. And there again, you can use double-sided tape, but glue gives you a little time to correct, and make it even, where when you put double-sided tape down, it don't. So make sure that it's as even as you can get it. We'll make sure that it adheres. And let's do these flaps here really quick. So I think within 25 minutes, you've got a project, the base created, which is not too bad. It's a nice, this is a fun gift for somebody. I mean, for any occasion, to put a gift inside, and in the fun of it being an exploding box too. So here's your lid. All right, so let's see how we did. Let's see if this works. We put your lid on, and then you go, ta-da! There is your exploding box. Woohoo! So this is all it takes to create exploding box. And let me tell you the mats really quick of what I did. For the bottom layer, you do 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. This one, I do 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then this mat is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. On your lid, you're going to do think this is a 4x4, and I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, well, this lid is actually 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So you're going to do, your mat is 4x4, and then on this side here of your lid, it is 1. So on this one, I would probably do 3/4 by 4. So that is all of your mats, and this is how you make an exploding box. I hope I did all right, guys, and I explained it well. I know I messed up a couple of times, but hey, that's what crafting is all about, isn't it? Well, thank you all so very much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Please stay safe out there, and let's pray for our country. Thank you so much, and may God bless each and every one of you. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.